Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome along to our pelican and eel feeding today. My name's Brett. I have Bob helping me out this morning as well. Now, down here on the lake we actually only have two permanent residents. Right here in front of me is Rod. Rod's a young male Australian pelican who's around about 5 years old. And we also have just next to me here Lion, who is a mature female pelican. Now, Lion is very old for what is essentially a captive pelican. She was actually born in 1978, which makes her around about 35 years old. So she's probably about the second oldest pelican in captivity that we know of at the moment. But a lot of these birds that do end up in captivity are often wild ones that have sustained injuries that prevents them from being able to survive out there on the open on their own, and that's the case with these two particular individuals. Now, everyone else that we have down here are all essentially wild birds. Obviously, they are quite used to being around people, and they have become accustomed to coming into a lot of our coastal areas where they can take advantage of the easy meals that are often to be had. Now, along with our pelicans, we've also got a couple of little black cormorants down in here, and there's one pied cormorant out the back as well. And you'll often see a lot of these guys hanging around the edge of the waterways, especially along our eastern coastal areas of Australia. Now, the Australian pelican is one of 7 species of pelican found throughout the world. All of your pelican species do look broadly similar in appearance, but the Australian pelican is one of the largest of those species, and indeed one of the largest flying birds that we have here in Australia. So Rod here is about as large as a male will get, even though he's fairly young. He is essentially fully grown. They can get a wingspan up to about 2.5 metres in length, and they generally get up to around about 8 kilos in weight. Now, females are usually a fair bit smaller, usually only up to around about 5 kilos, and those weights might not sound like much, but for flying birds it is really quite heavy. So these guys, like most large flying birds, are very, very good at taking advantage of the winds and the air thermals to stay up in the air or travel very large distances without expending too much energy. So your pelicans can travel anywhere up to a couple of thousand kilometres at a time, but obviously only in the direction that those winds might be taking them.